operational support, the Office of the UN Police Advisor, as well as the delegates from the member states present here. Your active engagement and crucial insight have been instrumental in adding substance to this preparatory meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan has a long-standing commitment to UN peacekeeping. As a leading troop contributor, we have a significant stake in its success. Our participation in US peacekeeping, spanning over 6 decades, is a tangible manifestation of our contribution to maintenance of international peace and security in line with the UN Charter. In a world grappling with persistent conflicts and complex challenges, the role of UN peacekeeping remains indispensable. With active presence in conflict zones, UN peacekeepers serve as a practical demonstration of the international community's commitment to preserving lives and fostering lasting peace. As UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres aptly stated in his speech at the 75th session of the United Nations General Assembly, he said, and I quote, "UN peacekeepers exemplify the best of humanity. Their bravery, commitment, and sacrifices are an inspiration to all of us." Distinguished delegates, the Action for Peacekeeping, A4P, declaration unites us in the common endeavor to enhance peacekeepers' safety. Though A4P member states have committed to proactive measures to address the rise in peacekeepers' fatalities and ensure their well-being, in this regard, it is crucial that capacity building takes center stage in order to guarantee that peacekeepers are prepared for the complex challenges confronting them. Legal framework and adequate accountability mechanisms are paramount for peacekeepers' safety. We must stand firm in holding accountable the perpetrators, individuals, and groups that harm or threaten UN peacekeepers. Medical care for peacekeepers is also essential. Our peacekeepers deserve the best care, including mental health support, standardized training, first aid provisions, and enhanced medical facilities, which are crucial for their well-being. Addressing challenges including language barriers and administrative obstacles should be one of the top priorities. Ladies and gentlemen, the specter of threat posed by improvised explosive devices, IEDs, to peacekeeper security needs a commensurate response. We must intensify pre-deployment training, equip our peacekeepers with cutting-edge technology, and augment their capabilities for countering the IED threats. Amid the evolving landscape of UN peacekeeping, we stand at a crucial juncture where new trends and shifts are reshaping our approach. While the core principles of UN peacekeeping remain the same, we are witnessing a transition from traditional peacekeeping towards a more holistic peace-building approach. We have witnessed this transition in several peacekeeping missions where peacekeepers not only work to prevent conflict and protect civilians, but also engage in capacity building, institution strengthening, and supporting political processes to lay the foundation for lasting peace. In our commitment to UN peacekeeping, it is imperative that we recognize the need for adaptability and diversification. While Pakistan is proudly contributing over 4,000 troops to various ongoing peacekeeping missions, we must also turn our attention to the realm of peace building. Just as we have established a state-of-the-art facility for the training of peacekeepers, the Center for International Peace and Stability, where we are gathering for this meeting, we also hope to collaborate with the United Nations Secretariat and our international partners to create an institute for peace building. It could also serve as a center for excellence for providing specialized training, research, and expertise in the complex field of peace building. Ladies and gentlemen, the success of peacekeeping is interlinked with the success of multilateralism. In our pursuit of effective peacekeeping, we recognize that no nation can go it alone. The collaborative spirit exemplified by initiatives such as the Action for Peacekeeping Declaration focuses on enhancing safety and security of UN peacekeepers, improving their operational effectiveness, and safeguarding their well-being. The Action for Peace Plus framework builds upon these commitments by addressing challenges related to mental health, gender responsiveness, and the efficient use of technology. These declarations underscore a collective commitment to strengthening and adapting peacekeeping operations in meeting contemporary challenges. The UN Secretariat's role in ensuring the effectiveness of peacekeeping operations remain pivotal. There is a need to facilitate collaborative decision-making process where TCCs are consulted on strengthening matters, on strategic matters in order to foster a greater sense of ownership. Moreover, technical assistance and capacity building initiatives aimed at strengthening national institutions for peacekeeping engagement should be prioritized for more sustained contribution from the TCCs. I also take this opportunity to urge our finance contributing partners to embrace a more equitable distribution of the burdens associated with peacekeeping missions. The challenges faced by peacekeepers are universal in their impact, and it is imperative that the financial responsibilities reflect this shared endeavor for global peace and security. Open and constructive dialogue between TCCs and FCCs is essential to harmonize our efforts, ensuring their resources are allocated efficiently and fairly. Transparency and financial commitment and decision-making process is key to building trust and enhancing missions' efficacy. Distinguished delegates, as we convene to address the vital issues of peacekeepers' safety and security, it is apt to contemplate the significance of the United Nations Military Observer Group in India and Pakistan, UNMOGIP, a pioneering peacekeeping mission established in 1949. It holds a distinctive place in peacekeeping history as one of the earliest initiatives to monitor and investigate ceasefire violations in the disputed territory of Jammu and Kashmir. UNMOGIP's personnel encounter unprecedented adversities due to the non-cooperation of one party. We must proactively address the safety and security gaps as identified in the recent report on UNMOGIP by the United Nations Office of International Oversight Services. Ladies and gentlemen, we must also acknowledge the indispensable and rightful role of women peacekeepers. Pakistan is constantly endeavoring to further enhance the presence of female peacekeepers in its contingent. Women bring unique perspective and skills that are instrumental in fostering trust and building relationship with local communities. Their presence not only promotes gender equality, but also strengthens our peacekeeping efforts. We must create an environment that empowers women peacekeepers and ensure their safety and security. Let us never forget the profound sacrifices made by our dedicated peacekeepers in the line of duty. These brave men and women have left behind the comfort of their homes, risking their lives to bring stability to war-torn regions. I take the opportunity to commend the United Nations for its initiative to establish a commemorative wall paying tribute to the lives lost in the noble cause of peacekeeping, including 172 Pakistani peacekeepers. Distinguished delegates, in closing, I would like to re-emphasize that our goal should be clear: to ensure a safe and secure environment for peacekeepers who tirelessly safeguard peace around the globe. We look forward to meaningful outcomes from this meeting that will feed into the deliberations of the forthcoming ministerial meeting in Accra, Ghana in December 2023. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful remarks, and certainly we all agree that we should spare no efforts to ensure a safer world for those who tirelessly worked to safeguard us all and for peace. We will now have the pleasure to listen to the remarks of the Vice Foreign Minister of Japan, Mr. Takei Shunsuke.
I am Yamada Kenji, State Minister for Foreign Affairs of Japan. I would like to deliver a few words on behalf of Japan, the co-host country of the preparatory meeting of the UN Peacekeeping Ministerial at the start of the second day of this meeting. First of all, I would like to thank His Excellency Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Minister of Defense, and other officials of the government of Pakistan for their efforts in organizing this meeting. I would also like to pay tribute to the leadership of the Undersecretary General for Peace Operations, Mr. Rackrow, and the Undersecretary General for Operational Support, Mr. Kare, for their efforts to resolve the various challenges that the United Nations Secretariat has faced in peacekeeping operations. As the international situation becomes more severe and complex, the United Nations is playing an increasingly important role in creating an international community of cooperation rather than division. In particular, peacekeeping operations are important policy tools that provide concrete measures to maintain peace and stability not only in host countries, but also in surrounding countries of the region. On the other hand, peacekeeping operations are facing new threats, such as IED and misinformation. It is an urgent issue to ensure safety, security of peacekeepers. Experts from TCCs and PCCs and the UN Secretariat can contribute to further discussion by sharing their knowledge and expertise in these areas. Through this preparatory meeting, which will focus on the safety and security of peacekeepers, I hope to deepen discussions among member states on how to tackle such threats. And I look forward to the pledges of each country for the peacekeeping ministerial to be held in Ghana this December. Japan contributed to the launch of the United Triangular Partnership Programs in 2015 and has promoted capacity building support for peacekeepers as a flag bearer of the TPP, and by providing $82 million this thus far. The TPP is currently expanding both in the region as well as in the fields, and has trained approximately 16,000 personnel to date. In a recent effort to contribute to the safety and security of peacekeepers, we have contributed around $1.5 million to support the telemedicine project as a part of the TPP. In the past 2 years, the telemedicine system has been installed and now in operation in 4 different missions and 16 medical facilities, and is contributing to the improvement of the medical environment for personnel working in remote areas. Moreover, through a contribution of approximately $1.4 million to the UN Department of Peace Operations this year, we are cooperating with abbas to implement a project to counter IED. And we are also supporting projects to counter this misinformation. Furthermore, we contributed to the establishment of the UN Peacekeeping Intelligence Academy and launched the PKIA donor group together with European countries. We will continue our efforts to train personnel in the intelligence field and improve the early warning capabilities of the peacekeeping operations. Through such efforts, peacekeeping operations, the sole implementation unit of the UN, will become more effective and efficient, and will contribute to the action for peacekeeping and FOP+, as stated by Secretary General Guterres. Japan will continue to provide support to ensure the safety and security of peacekeepers. We also intend to actively participate in discussion on the new agenda for peace. As a non-permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, which has responsibilities for international peace and stability, and as one of the co-hosts of the peacekeeping ministerial, Japan will continue to make efforts to improve and strengthen the peacekeeping operations. Finally, I would like to conclude my remarks by wishing you the success of this preparatory meeting. Thank you for listening.
अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा के